Welcome back to another flipping video today, guys. And yes, we are doing a flipping video. It's a little different because I did say I was going to do some flips at KTR while I was in Arizona, but I didn't really use the mic there because there were a lot of people. So we're going to kind of do like a voiceover. Without anything else, thank you for clicking on this and let's get into it. Okay, so to start the session, I started with an Arabian. I actually didn't, I just didn't film that much. But after the Arabian, I did the next best thing, which was a fool. The fool wasn't feeling great. And by the way, I am on an air track. This isn't like normal spring floor. It's pretty bouncy. So I was a little disappointed with myself that I was not doing great. But fools are always weird for me. I kept doing them and tried to throw my arms a little bit more back so that I could get more flip instead of spin. But that also wasn't working great. So I did one more. Did lean back a little bit on that one, so that was better. I then moved on to an amazing cork. You see that little kick? That was so beautiful. But for the real cork, still wasn't feeling good. It was kind of feeling like the fool, where it was just kind of slow and leisurely. It didn't feel fast and like quick. So I then thought maybe it was my height. So on this one, I tried to go a little bit higher and like wait a second, but I think I actually went lower. I then moved to the floor and I was like, that's a great idea. Maybe we should try it on the floor. And obviously it works way worse. I don't know why my thought process was like, it's easier on the floor. But it wasn't. So I went to a cheat gainer, which is like the thing you do before a cork, because I was still trying to get height, because in my mind I was like, my height's bad, which it still was, but it wasn't the biggest problem. So to further work on height, I tried to do a tuck jump and a normal jump to see where my head was hitting on the top rafters. So you see those little things at the top where the lights are? My head was getting maybe to the third one, but then when I did the backflip to see how high I was still going, it only got to roughly maybe the second one or not even. As you can see, what happened in the backflip is that when I did it, I leaned back too much, and I also gave myself a wedgie on this one. Don't worry about that though, cut that out. But after that, we did do the cork, and I did realize it was not height. It was just how much I was wrapping, how quickly I was going into the fool. We then moved on to cart fools, which are really nice and easy on this. They are so bouncy and so nice. So I wanted to do a double cart fool, which I have done on spring floor, but it's so much easier on this, dude. It is literally the easiest thing. So when I went for it, I did it first try and I didn't even fall on my face like last time. It was so beautiful. So I wanted to get it better though. So once again I practiced the wrap, how quickly I could get into it. I did another one and I think it was a little worse than my first one. So this time I focused on height and the wrap, and I got it pretty good. I like that one. To celebrate, I did some beautiful forward rolls. And by the way, you guys can't see it, but there was a kid who saw me do this, and she tried to do a forward roll, and she just like gave herself whiplash. It was beautiful to watch. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. They're called cat spins, I think. Never seen a cat do that. But after I did my amazing cat spins, I moved on to trying to get some backflip height, which, I mean, I wanted to do a double back, but I was scared. I mean, looking at it now, I could have probably gotten over my head, but I don't think I would have tried it anyway. We then did a castaway, but that one hurt my toes and mainly my wrists because I was doing it off a pad and it wasn't like a strong structure. Yeah, I don't know what that was. We don't need to look at that. I then did double fronts, and I lost the other fails that I did, but you got one fail and one good one. I was trying to land. It is hard. It's harder than you think to land on those things. I then sat for quite literally 5 minutes until I did a double back, and I rotated on the double back, so I don't know why I was so scared. Kind of disappointed in myself, not gonna lie. But we did it. It was really easy. So after that, I was like, you know what's a great idea? After I tired all my legs out, the last thing, let's do box jumps. So I did box jumps, and they actually were not that bad. This one's maybe a little lower than chest height, maybe like sternum, I'd say. Sternum height, maybe chest height, close to chest. But we did it, and then we did an amazing Webster off. That just hurt my knees. After we did some good box jumps, we then moved on to some wall tricks. I did the wall flip pretty easily, but the wall full, yeah, dude, that's not even my worst landing. You guys are in for a treat. I just couldn't go up and like I don't know. I think it was mainly how I was doing the cork, you know, with that wrap. I just wasn't doing that good. So I moved on to some palm flips for a second to take a break. And it was good on this one, but you guys don't notice, but I did skim my feet like the whole way through, like the tops of my feet. So I went back to doing a waffle, and then it wasn't working well. So I decided to try cork on ground because it's essentially like a cork, but you do it off a wall. That's what I think. So slipped a little bit on this one, not gonna lie, but I did it again, not landing good, and then an amazing landing right here. I mean, impeccable skill. I mean, look at that. Wasn't that just beautiful? I was trying to do it into a Cody, so, you know, can't say nothing against that. But once I decided that I didn't want to land like that anymore, I was like, you know what, maybe we should try. So on the next attempt, I'm able to do it immediately, which I don't know why I didn't do that the first time, but you know, I didn't. And that was where I ended the session. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys want more things like this, since I have little mics now, you guys saw them in the last Fortnite video if you watched that intro. But that's going to be it for this one. So if you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.